Assalamualaikum to Prof. Jamie, and my name is Nur Kisina Farisa binti Azmi. My friend and I will present about speech analysis, about a video that we analyzed for past few days. So um, the title for the critical concept is type of the speech and intention. The title of the TED Talk that we have chosen is 6 Tips for Better Sleep by Matt Walker. The speech is persuasive speech in our point of view because the speaker is persuading people to take care of their sleep cycle so that you won't get any harmful illness while you sleep late and be full of energy when you wake up. From our perspective, the intention held by the speaker in this speech is he wants people who have problems trying to get a better sleep, which is to follow the tips that he has shown and explained to ensure people to improve their sleeping quality, and people who follow the tip might get better sleep. That's the point of he talking about in this video. So for the general perception, which is the speaker and audience itself, speaker, he is a good speaker and able to deliver information clearly with a broad explanation. The way he explained also quite understandable, and he used a very easy words so that the audience understand him better. So how you view the speaker in person? The speaker himself is a neurosurgeon, which is his ability to understand human brain, but he is more focused on the study of the sleep of human. So he is quite educated, and the way he explained the tip and example is brilliant. He is also an intelligent person. So for the audience, this speech mainly focused and expected on the people who is busy working all this and night like office workers, especially students who is having a difficult time to sleep, and in other cases, their sleeping is barely sufficient. Also, the audience will somehow relate to the tips that uh, okay, the audience will somehow relate to the tips that the speaker delivered from his speech and finally realize how important it is to have enough sleep. They will also realize that the side effects of sleeping late, and it can be harmful for their health if they don't handle the problem well. So I pass to my fellow friends, which is Ain.
Okay, I'm going to be explaining about the demographic analysis. Based on this demographic shows 80% of people tend to sleep late, which is very harmful for some people because they tend to work very late and they abandon their sleeping cycle. So the work that they will be doing when they sleep late is they do their office work, studying and parenting. Sometimes parenting can be hard because children tend to cry at the middle of the night when the parents are sleeping, and it can be very stressful. Okay, next. Okay, I'm going to be explaining about the task fulfillment, which is the introduction and the technique that used by the speaker for giving out the speech. The speaker take the eye of the audience through relating the struggle that most of them are facing nowadays, which is struggling to have a good night's sleep. Common struggle that they're facing is have a bad night of sleep, like what Matt Walker said. Matt Walker, whom the person who is giving the speech on 6 tips for better sleep. For the audience, they tend to understand more of the tips because of in the video, it includes visual aids that help the topic to be more interesting and understandable by the audience. By relating to the struggle, it is also allows them to be more in touch with the audience, with the speaker. The technique that Matt Walker used is using by persuading the audience to understand what he's been delivering in the speech with the help of the visual aids in the video. Okay, next. Okay, the next analysis is the structure of the body of the speech itself. The speaker are a straightforward person, which is he always said what in his mind, which is a good thing, and he is very honest about the facts that he delivered. While he speak, he actually did add the lifestyle of daily situation in his speech body to create his speech to be more interesting. When he delivered his speech, he did put on an additional point based on his main point to help his speech to be more fascinating to be heard. How he talks shows that he did prepare and structure based on the most important point that he need to deliver or carry out. Okay, next. The language is a figurative speech. The first one is he's using the irony type of figurative speech. As the example says, it sounds cool, but cool it must be, which is the example of irony type of figurative speech. He also used the hyperbole type of figurative speech. The example is, your brain is an incredibly associative device. He additionally add metaphor in his speech to make it more interesting. When the example is, anything that sleeps is also like a light switch. And the fourth point is he did add personification. And the example is, sleep in a bracket is much more similar to landing a plane. Okay, that's the end of my.
Okay, thank you, Ain.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to
speech structure. The speaker used the basic speech structure, that is the introduction, body, and conclusion. He also added an additional example based on the scientific explanation that he demonstrated from his studies. As the introduction, he went straight. As the introduction, he went straight to the point where he talked about the topic where his thesis statement went. While the body of the speech delivered an interesting main idea for his speech, such as darkness, walking out, or wind down routine. Last but not least, the conclusion he made, he gave his benefit of sleeping as he tried to help others while stating new points. For the argumentation, central claim, he claims that he always states in his speech is all about sleep deprived. He states all his ideas based on the scientific claims he knows to make his arguments stand strong. All his facts are built up based on his daily routine of people. And he did explain if there is only a few points that it happened to only put on some of the society. Next. For the ending of the speech itself, the ending that the speaker itself point out definitely gives such an impact in people's mind, society. This is because he leaves a deep impression in each idea he gave, with gestures of his body he adds to make his speech end with a good result so that people know that they received his message. That's it. Thank you. So this is the end of the presentation, and thank you.
Thank you.